Well, happy Saturday afternoon, folks. Come on over for a cup of coffee at the Sty Shack. Yeah. What else do you do on a Saturday afternoon? Hey there, Dojo. Dojo. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yeah. Just decided I'm going to do a random stream. What the heck? Why not, eh? When you're not doing anything else. The Yeah, I've been kind of surfing around today on YouTube and trying to catch up on some of the great folks' video work out there. And then I decided, well, heck, it's been a while since we've had a stream. There've been a couple panels the last week, but not much, not doing much of anything. Of course, being Thanksgiving week for those of us in the U.S., people were kind of busy this week, you know. Lot of time spent with family and friends, and so I didn't stream Thursday night. So the last time I did a live stream was last Sunday. So I got a wild bug up my behind and said, "What the heck? I'm gonna post a stream. See if we got anybody that wants to show up." Hey, there you are, Bradley. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, this is one of those who knew it was coming kind of streams. So I haven't a clue how many people will show up. So if you think of it, share it out. Share it out. See how many folks are out there on a Saturday afternoon. Ain't got nothing better to do than come and hang out with this old boy, you know. I'm very casual today. Got the old beard and the tail. Hey, Malcolm, cheers too. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yep, just hanging out, having a cup of coffee. Haven't a clue how long the stream will be. It's one of those days. Oh, look at here. I've got some great company to join me up here. Hey, hey, sweetie.
Hey.
Hey. Oh,
How goes it?
I got notice this morning. So if you go to your post office,
Okay.
it's sitting there. So,
Okay. Thank you. No, yeah, I'll hit that up here and
yeah, whenever.
Yeah.
And have fun with it.
Thank you.
Fun with it. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it, that gets rid of any kind of issues.
Oh, cool.
The specs on it are the same as the specs on the one I use. So it's not perfect, but it's better than a laptop camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's much better. I know mine is at least 10 times better than my laptop camera.
Yeah.
God, I look back at some of the stuff I did on my laptop and I go, oh my God. And I let people watch that. And then I just got a better camera, something that can run up to 1080, and yeah, so it should help. It should help. And it's supposed to be plug and play. You're not, you don't need any software or nothing. Just plug the USB in and your camera should be up and running. So,
nice.
Yeah. You might have to go in to select that particular camera in StreamYard, but other than that, you shouldn't have to do anything. Should be all set, ready to go. All set, ready to go. People out there probably don't know what the heck we're talking about, but you'll know next time you see Samantha. All of a sudden you'll say, oh my gosh, she's coming in a little clearer. I mean, we got her a webcam so that she can quit using her camera off of her laptop.
Santa Sty made his delivery.
That's, well, like I said, I said it publicly. That's just sharing the love. I mean, that money comes from all the support to my channel, so I support all my other favorite channels, and some folks I can super chat them once in a while where once a person's monetized, I can help out that way, but otherwise, yeah, I help out little bits here and there.
Yeah, you're
I,
pretty
I've been
blessed.
helped out so majorly that it's going to take me a good couple of years to catch up with it. What everybody did for me to get my computer system taken care of. So yeah, this is to me. This is just nothing. It's like heck. It'd be no different if you just stopped over and had a cup of coffee and a piece of cake.
Yeah. Hey, Nemi Pun.
Hey, Nemi, it's good to see you. E-Waste Mike is out there. The Yeah, of course he says hi to Sam and everybody in the chat, and Sty, he can just go to hell, that old fart. Yeah, we won't mention him. Hey, Mike, I hope you're feeling better,
Me
bud.
too. Poor guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, Nemi. It's been a while. The Bradley says I'm going to hell with you. Yeah. Yeah. Something tells me that's going to be a full bus. That's good. Or we can all get together, have a class action lawsuit to get into heaven. Collectively, individually we might have been bad boys, but collectively, we've done enough good collectively. They should let us in as a group. Aren't I terrible?
Oh, that's funny.
My luck, I'll get to the pearly gates and they'll tell me, well, sorry, Sty. Looking at the list, when it comes to us, one joke too many. You're out.
You're too much of a liability. We're not letting you in. Oh, I would die.
Little do they know, I'll just set up camp outside the pearly gates.
There you go. Yep.
Darn right. Tell me no
You'll let
campfires
me
allowed.
in sooner or later. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's it. We got to get that. We got to get that homeless old guy off the front steps. Let him in.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks, Nemi. Thank you. Yeah, I had a non-eventful Thanksgiving. It's terrible. I made enough food for at least 6 people, and a lot of that food. Now, mind you, it's only been 3 days. It was Thursday. A lot of that food's gone. I ate it all. Now I'm fasting. I've got leftover turkey. I can eat that. But otherwise, no starches, no sugars, none of that. Low on fat. Because I got a doctor's appointment on Thursday, so I'm going to fast all the way out to that doctor's appointment. And my doctor's, I'm sure she's wise to me that, yeah, I won't eat anything now for a week, and so the test results come back a little better.
Okay.
It's not going to help as much as I should have started fasting about 3 weeks ago, but oh well. So if the doctor tells me, oh well, this blood test was terrible and that one was terrible and this that, I'm going to tell her, well, that's amazing that it's so terrible and I feel so good.
Yeah.
So Oh, Dojo. That that's sad, man. That's sad. You had enough loss for a while. Oh, my heart goes out to you, bud.
Oh, Dojo, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nemi, I've been seeing your comments. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I try to make sure that I read every single comment. I'm sorry that I don't comment back, but 99% of the comments are statements, they're not questions. So if you see that I gave you a heart or a thumbs up, it means I read every single word of your comment. And some of the comments I actually sat and reflected on. the
Yeah.
Hey Kung Fu, good to see you. The Yeah, again, anybody, hey, you got some friends out there, you want them to drag them over in the chat, share it out, and tell them, come on over, we're just hanging out at the Sty Shack.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that my background, my green screen and the main background is all winter, because as far as I'm concerned, winter's upon us.
That's what it looks like outside my window.
That's when I can't remember how long ago it was, we were on a stream together and you said, oh yeah, there's snow machines going by. I just like, oh no,
Yeah. Snowmobiles, yeah, they're having their fun.
So far here, right now, we don't have any standing snow at all. It's been cold. It freezes solid every night. Today is the warmest day for the next week. Supposed to get up to 45, and it's 42 right now. But we got supposedly have snow coming later in the week. Our deer hunters this year, they've done really good up here in northern Wisconsin. Some really nice deer taken, but they're all complaining no snow, no snow. So the dragging those deer out without snow is a little tougher, and if you're a so shot, they're harder to track when there's no snow. That's You want to drop them right then and there, because you don't want to have to try to track them on that bare ground out there. Oh, it's 48 there. Hey, Dojo. I gotta look at a couple of quick things here. Oh boy, oh boy. I was generally unprepared to do a stream today. Um, I just thought, what the heck? Nobody seemed to be asking who's streaming or anything today, and I thought, well, there might be folks out there that want to hang out for a bit. So it was kind of just off the cuff. No snow yet. Just under 0 degrees. So he's just under freezing there. 0 centigrade, 32 degrees. That's the one thing that I can get kind of close on in the metric world, is the temps at the centigrade. But, well, at measurements, I'm not so cool with either. Centimeters, millimeters, who gives a stinking hoot? 12 inches equals a foot. 3 of those is your yard. Okay, Kung Fu, thanks for stopping in. That was great of you. Thank you.
See ya, Kung Fu.
Roy and Becky's travels. 62 degrees out here in the desert. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
62 degrees. I That's a temp I love. I love it. Anything in the from 60 to 70 degrees, that's my perfect range right there.
Yeah. I'd take 60s right now. That would be nice.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, did you see Nicholas Green was going to come up on the panel, but he's got to get out and he's setting up camp. He's camping this
Oh,
weekend. So, yeah, he was a little disappointed that he couldn't come up, but I'm
yeah.
sure not going to discourage him from going camping. Hey,
Hey, Brian.
Brian, good to see you.
It's
Yeah,
28 here.
28.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost half of what it is here, and I think it's cold. Yeah, Dojo, I sent you the link on Messenger if you do want to come up. The but yeah, I don't know. I'm getting old. I don't like the winter as much as I used to. I used to love winter. I didn't mind camping in the winter. I loved the snowshoe. I loved just being out ice fishing. Oh, jeez, I miss that.
Yeah.
But anymore, jeez, no. I want one of those nice ice fishing shacks like they got up in Minnesota. I rented one once, and that thing was like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just a big trailer with a bunch of holes cut in the floor, and you sit there in recliners fishing, and you got a big screen TV on the wall, and you're watching the football game, and you're fishing, and it's got a regular little kitchenette in it, and a wet bar, and it's got fold down bunks. Hey, Chase. Chase, you're crazy.
He sees you.
What's up, Chase? What's up, Chase? Oh boy, he's got to have his mama's time.
Yeah, he's definitely a lap cuddler. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Hey, Roy and Becky's. They've been on a year-long camping trip and aren't looking back. Good for you. Good for you. I, um, I've been given the opportunity to host a campground next year, so I'll spend 4 months in a campground. I can't wait. I can't wait. Winter's going to seem so long. Hey, King Vapes Gaming, great to see you. It's been a while. The yeah, the oh, Bradley said is getting a new webcam. That means she'll be even more beautiful. Damn it, Sty, my heart can't take it. Yeah, I'm trying to kill you, Mike. Thanks, Bradley. Been busy with work. I like your background a lot, bro. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's just the winter sunset one. Yeah, I had to totally rebuild my random stream branding over in StreamYard, and I did that about 15 minutes before I started this stream. So I'm just snatching out of my winter files backgrounds and stuff, going, well, I can tweak it later, but I got to do this stream and I need my winter stuff. So I just grabbed whatever was handy. It's been awful with the virus not going to work. Yeah, that's a bummer. The Yeah, Roy and Becky, I couldn't pass it up. The U.S. Forest Service approached me and they said, "Hey, we've got 3 campgrounds. Well, actually 4, but one was a no-brainer. I wasn't taking that campground. That bugger's got 69 campsites in it, and it's one of the busiest northern Wisconsin campgrounds." I said, "No, I don't want that bugger." I went and talked to the last host they had at that campground, and he said it takes 14 hours just to mow the grass around that campground. I said, 14, 2 days? He goes, "Oh, yeah." He says, "You'll spend 2 days every week mowing grass." I said, "No, no, no, no. That's too much like a job." Well, out of all the campgrounds I could pick, I picked one it's got 8 usable campsites minus mine. So there's only 7. I'll never have more than 7 actual campsites to deal with. And they're all in kind of consolidated in a smaller area. And we figured it out. I'll have about, maybe on a bad day, I'll have 2 hours of chores to do around the campground. Otherwise, the rest of the day is all mine and do whatever I want. And I got the most beautiful little campsite right on the water. My kayak will be sitting right there, just calling me every time I get a chance. I'm going to be in that kayak. Hey, great to see you, Tim. Kirk Whipper Voyager Center's in the house. The and seeing Tim, then right away I start thinking, yeah, there's a canoe I'd love to buy, but the doggone thing's over $2,000. I don't think so. The Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Sam and I are just trying to cool them off after that one day. My God, I don't even know how many hours Sam and I were on private chat and then on a stream. Both of us, our asses hurt so bad we couldn't stand it anymore. She kept saying, I gotta get up and move. My ass hurt so bad. That's And she was, dead on. I mean, my ass never hurt so bad. We we spent so many hours just sitting still. Will the canoe fit in your P.O. box? I'll tell my postman, you better make goddamn room for that. Oh, would they be pissed if that thing could be shipped through the post office? Pass that through your window. They go, yeah, and we see the address on it. It's that goofball that sent that stinking box. Oh yeah, no. So I oh yeah, Roy and Becky. My duties at the campground, I have to clean the restrooms. I have to make sure that nobody is intruding on a reserved campsite. You know, so you have a customer that leaves, the campsite's vacant, but yet it's reserved by somebody else. They're going to be coming in later in the day. And at times you'll have these people drive through and think, well, I can camp there. There's nobody in there. Well, no, there's reservation signs that the hosts put up that those sites are reserved. And so you got to keep an eye that people aren't butting somebody out that prepaid for that campsite. So you do that, clean the restrooms, keep an eye on the campsites. You got to, and I've done a pretty good job of it so far. In fact, the Forest Service was surprised. They said that they usually have to spend a couple of weeks coaching the hosts and giving them a bunch of information, written information, and that about the history of the area that campsite sits in. Where are all the good trails? What type of fish are in the lake? Where's the hot spots to fish in the lake? Where can they go to see, you know, different tourist attractions and things of the area? And they started asking me, you know, what can you do from that campground? I started listing off stuff, and they're going, "That's enough. That's enough." They said, "Oh, we're not even going to mess with training you on how to kind of answer the questions of the campers." Um, so you do that, which is easy. Obviously, I like BSing. So campers can come to my campsite and ask questions about the local area, the history of the area, and stuff. And um, the trying to think, and then mowing the grass. Well, you go around when one camper leaves their campsite. I'll go in right behind them once they've left. I make sure that their fire is properly extinguished, which so often they are not. Clean out their fire pits, clean up around their campsite if they didn't pick up well enough, and have it nice and clean and ready for the next camper. But all that stuff, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's nothing. It's nothing for what I get. I got to pick my campsite. I could have taken any campsite that was there, and I picked the best campsite. And along with that, I don't pay anything for that campsite for 4 months. Doesn't cost me a dime to be in that campground. They provide me with a zero-turn riding lawnmower to mow and maintain the campground. They provide me with all of the cleaning supplies, blah, 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 for taking care of the restrooms and picking up trash and the like. But the real winner, they provide me with a generator and the gasoline that goes in it. And I said, "Oh, man." I said, "That's pretty sweet. How often can I run it?" They said, "You can run it every day if you want. You can run it every single day if you want." They said, "We'll provide the gas." They said, "Anytime you're getting a little low on gas, you'll just radio in and say, 'Hey, bring me another 5 gallons of gas,' and we'll be right out there with 5 gallons of gas for you." Plus, they're saying they want to give me a Forest Service truck, and they'll want me to wear, when I'm using the truck, a Forest Service lightweight windbreaker type jacket that says Forest Service volunteer on it. So I have the right to be operating a federal vehicle. And they want me to, once a week, go to a different campsite that only has 10 sites and just go up there and clean the 2 restrooms there. That's the thing with my campground. It only has 2 small restrooms. So it takes you 10 minutes a piece to clean those, you know. So yeah, it's so everything I get with it, plus I don't have to pay for the campsite. I get to camp for 4 solid months. And I'm allowed to leave the campground for 1 overnighter each week, without any question at all, which is nice, because I'll leave the campground. Actually, it works out to 2 overnights, because I'll leave the campground Tuesday night and I won't come back to the campground till Thursday morning, and I'll be doing live streams on Wednesday nights from home. I'm looking at Starlink for my internet connection. Now, Starlink, I've been messaging back and forth, and Starlink, they're not that cool with it, but they said, "We'll work with you." I'm going to be building a 4-legged platform that their satellite dish will mount on, that'll sit in my campsite, and I'll have high-speed internet, unlimited high-speed internet. And that's an investment. So I set a little fund aside for that, and I'm working on, getting enough to put it together. But with Starlink, it's, you might as well say $100 a month for the service, but it's unlimited high-speed internet, 24/7, no bottlenecks. There's no that. There's no other satellite internet service that even comes close to theirs, and they've been tried and tested where I live already, so they work well. Problem is it's $500 equipment charge for the dish and their receiver and their router. It's $500. So, hey, David Jones, and we got Teresa. Hi, sweetie. Big hugs, girl. It's great to see you. Anybody else I'm missing out there that snuck in? Now that looks like all the newer ones that snuck in. The Mike says at my age, you don't want to go to high speed. Hey, high speed's great at my age as long as you're riding and not driving. Yeah. I haven't tried streaming from it yet. I was going to, because I get a really strong Verizon signal there, and the bandwidth is really good because it's so rural. There's not a lot of people using that tower. So it's my understanding that I could use my phone as a hotspot and stream quite well. Only problem is to set it up as a hotspot, you got limited data. And we figured out if I went with a Verizon hotspot, I would be able to stream up to 3 1-hour streams a week at the best, at the absolute best. And those streams would have to be about 45 minutes long. So with Starlink, I can stream for 4 hours, 5 days a week if I want to, right from my campsite. So that's for the $500 equipment charge, which is a one-time fee. I can go out and buy myself a $1,000 phone and stream off of a Verizon hotspot, or I can spend $600 to get set up, and then only $100 a month, and unlimited streaming and uploading and downloading. So I can upload videos. I actually wouldn't have to come home but maybe once or twice a month if I have Starlink, which I would love. I mean, I'd love it if I never had to go back home. That's it too. That's it too, Roy and Becky. Yeah, they're talking about that. The cell towers will have lots of bandwidth when so many customers, those customers that are really, that they need internet on demand all the time, switch to Starlink. All of a sudden they're not on the cell towers anymore. So there'll be a lot of people jumping off the cell towers, which means those that are still using them don't have to worry about the bandwidth anymore. The only reason I like the idea of Starlink is they were telling me that I can actually get a contract with them. Well, it's not even a real contract. Once you pay the $500 for the equipment, that's a one-time lifetime fee. You just hang on to your equipment, and I can pay for the 4 months that I'm out there, and then I can put a stop on my account until the following spring, and then I can tell them I want another 4 months. So that's pretty good. No, Nemi, camp hosts don't get paid for being the host. What they're doing is they're giving you 4 free months of camping, but they're giving you everything you need while you're there as a camper. It's pretty good. Drop Verizon and go with Visible, $40 a month at first, then $25 a month if you get 4 people on your plan. It runs on Verizon on yours and works better. It's truly unlimited hotspot. We use it. Interesting. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it. Because I have priced to get a signal booster. The tower's only about 6 miles from me. I get a signal booster. I got a solid 5 bars constantly at that site. Without the signal booster, it's 3 to 4 bars, but it fluctuates. So the booster will stabilize that signal. Hey, Pepper's in Kentucky living. Great to see ya. Great to see ya. Again, I'll mention that we got 20 in the house. You folks, if you want some other friends, come hang out here with us all. Hit that share button. Share it out. Facebook, Instagram, wherever you go. I was chatting with a tech guy today, and geez, he's just beating this old man up. He just, Sty, why aren't you using Instagram? Why aren't you streaming live to Facebook? I almost tried that today. Almost set this stream up so that it was StreamYard and Facebook at the same time. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're going to try that. I just have to, what I wanted to do is stream to the Facebook group, the Sty Shack. Stream YouTube as usual, but over at the Facebook Sty Shack group, because I've got 132 followers over there. And every one of them see my posts for my live streams. But do you see 130 people in the house? No. They're looking at the post over at Facebook and going, oh, wow, he's streaming over at YouTube. I'm not going over there. I'll do something else on Facebook. So I figure I'll catch those followers over there where they like to hang out. You know, I'll fix them.
Mhm.
Never done it before, but I think I'm going to give it a try. Try to stream simultaneous between the two. Talk to several folks. They say it works pretty slick, except you got to pay attention to you can't just pop out the YouTube chat, because you got to watch the StreamYard chat, because it separates out who's from YouTube, who's from Facebook. So if you're watching just YouTube, you're not seeing the Facebook followers. So Teresa, I'll fix them. Yeah, Teresa. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, if you got a bunch of your RVers, depending on Visible, then it's gotta be working. It's gotta be working. Those RVers, I tell you what, they get grumpy when their streaming service, when their internet's not doing its thing. That's their attachment to the outside world. Will that stream be available on YouTube too? At the same time, Facebook and YouTube? Yeah, they're simultaneous. They run at the same time. Yeah, it's the exact same stream at the exact same time. So a person can watch it on YouTube or Facebook. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Great to see you two.
Welcome, welcome.
Teresa's getting ready for work. That girl works so much. I
Yeah.
mean, and that damn Walmart. That's the thing is, I've had several friends that work for Walmart, and they said the worst thing you can do there is always be on time, always be reliable, and always pick up that shift they don't have somebody to fill. They said the worst thing you can do is do any of those things because they will take so much advantage of you. They'll schedule the death out of you because they know you'll be there. Hey, Shalino, good to see ya. Good to see ya. The Yeah, I don't know where the heck Phil is. I seen him over at This Is Wheel Life. Hey, most of you folks know This Is Wheel Life. I mean, Tim is awesome. He's an awesome guy. He got his tooth. Did you see that over there, Sam?
Mm-mm.
Remember he got his tooth knocked out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he was so upset about that, not having that front tooth right there, big front tooth missing. He's got his tooth back.
Oh.
And boy, does he have a smile on him. Yeah, he looks good. He looks really good. And if you haven't seen This Is Wheel Life, check him out. Check him out. Bee Lady. Hey. Oh, love you, girl. Thanks for coming in. Yep, throw up those campfires. With my cold, wintry background, that's what we need going is a good campfire. Yeah, it's heard that. Tree said that you had lost 3 associates to the Rona. Yeah.
Mm. Hey, Chasing the Reaper. Welcome.
Yes, Chasing the Reaper. James, hey, good to see ya.
I'm gonna get some tea.
You do that. I should have changed the title of the stream to Let's Have a Cup of Coffee or Tea. Oh, hi, Lizzie Ann. Hey, sweetie. Good to see ya. Lone Star Beer Reviews. Hello, hello. Yeah, Bradley, Christmas time's a coming. I was putting together my Christmas program for this year. Last year we did that super long all day live stream on Christmas Day. I'm going to do that again this year. At this point, the plan is at 12 noon Christmas Day Central Time. We'll start the stream, and I'm going to run that stream for 8 hours. We're going to have an 8-hour long Christmas Day stream. It was so much fun last year. Got to do it again. Got to do it again. There you go, Bradley. Bradley says, I'm joining you, Sty, on my back porch and drinking coffee. Oh, thank you, Bee Lady. Thank you for the share. That's great. Nemi Pun says, Christmas stream last year was amazing. Anne was on it also, I remember. Yeah, and I got all those awesome little Christmas little musical clips of Samantha. Everybody loved it. It was so fun. It was because I could pop those up randomly all through the stream. And yeah, we take plenty of breaks so folks can get up, run and get some Christmas goodies to eat and top off their coffee cups. And my Thanksgiving was pretty good, Lizzie Ann. I ate like a darn fool. This old boy made enough food to feed a half a dozen people, and they could have all taken leftovers home. I've eaten at least half of that I prepared on Thursday, all by myself the last 3 days. Now everything else is getting frozen and or like the turkey, I can eat that. I'm fasting all the way through Thursday of this coming week. I've got a doctor's appointment on Thursday, and I want to make sure that all my blood tests come back okay. If I keep eating like I did the last 3 days, my blood test ain't going to look good. Yeah, B Lady, that we did it last year. We did the Christmas stream last year, 8 hours plus, and it was amazing. I had almost 1,000 people stop in and view. And it was so nice because when I started the stream, there was a lot of people came in. And then it seemed like it kept a nice high level all the way through the whole day. But people were coming and going. And it was fun. It was just a blast. Good, Lizzie Ann. Good. Love to see you there. Yeah, Dojo. Christmas stream. Oh my God, you made me spend money that day. And he's laughing. Yeah. Do I make pot pies like everyone on YouTube? Actually, I don't. I don't. I could, but I don't. Oh yeah, Nemi, you remember the when I don't know if I'll play that one. I remember I did that towards the end of the stream because I figured during the day some of the folks might bring their family to watch the stream. But towards the end of it, yeah, we did. Here comes Fatty with his sack of shit. Yeah. This year, with everything that's happened and losing my niece, I feel like the Grinch this year. I'm trying not to. Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Yeah, Lizzie Ann, Christmas for a lot of people is depressing. I mean, a lot of people, it's terrible to think about it, but there's a lot of people that have had tragedies in their lives that land around holidays. Why holidays are such a magnet for tragedy, I don't know. But that's why I do the all day Christmas thing, is for those people that just can't get into the swing of it. They got somewhere to go, they got somewhere to hang out. And there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of family, or there's, surprisingly enough, a lot of people that have no one, have nowhere they can go, no one to share the holiday with. Well, I figure I'll give them someplace. Yeah, what the heck? Yeah. And I sit here all alone on Christmas Day with more than 900 people. That's, to me, that is such a huge thing to know that there's almost 1,000 views. That means there's almost 1,000 people that got something out of Christmas Day, So, yeah, that's what it's for. Hey, Arcade. The
Sorry, Lone Star.
This will be my second Christmas without Mom. This is bad. Yeah, Lone Star. Yeah, I totally get it. Totally get it. The I don't I don't get on the topic of loss at Christmas too much because I've had my fair share over the years, and that just brings me down for Christmas. So if we're going to talk about those that have been loved and lost, let's talk about all of the great things we got to have with those folks while they were here. Instead of just feeling sorrow for their loss, why don't we feel a little bit of happiness, a little bit of grace over the fact that they were here in the first place for us to share time with, you know? Yeah, that way we're actually bringing them back for Christmas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We have a great YouTube friend that we'll miss for Christmas again, and
Yeah.
that's Carolyn. Carolyn Kennard, just, yeah. And there was a true Christmas lover. I always felt bad for her puppies.
Oh yeah, dressing them up.
And I found out from her that she goes, it's kind of embarrassing, but I dress them up even if there's not going to be anybody around. She says, just her and the pups, and she'll dress them up to the hilt, you know. I loved it. I loved it. Told a story of how you spent Christmas all alone in that cabin in the woods with Crosby records, and that shows how lucky you are at least to be home for Christmas. Yeah, yeah. I've always been a believer that you're only as alone as you allow yourself to be. You know, I did a video a long time ago that was basically it was talking to dead people. What I'll do is I'll reminisce about conversations I had with people in the past that are gone. I'll never have a conversation with them again. But I'll do my best to remember a conversation with them that really stands out to me. And in my mind, and I always do it when I'm out in the woods alone, camping somewhere, I sit there and I reminisce about that conversation. And before I know it, I'm thinking of the comments they made. And instead of thinking about my responses, I'll just say them. So if somebody were to sneak up on me out in the woods, they go, look at that kook. He's talking to somebody that ain't there, you know? But yeah, some of my best conversations have been with dead people. Hey, Muppet 929. Oh, wow. Thank you, Muppet, for stopping in, and the fact that YouTube recommended the stream. That makes me feel really good. That makes me feel really good because I do get days where I feel YouTube's picking on me. Where it's like, we ain't going to tell anybody that old guy's even alive anymore. We'll just act like he ain't even there. To hear that, though, Muppet, is just awesome to hear that at least YouTube recommended me. So, can you hear me well with this new mic?
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
I
can. I'm sure the
good.
chat probably can too. But
yeah, I swapped out the power supply on this mic today because I got to return the other microphone and power supply to my son, Running Water, who loaned me this microphone. And I was just kidding. Well, then now I find out, yeah, he loaned it to me permanently, as long as I have my own power supply. Yes, I did. So yeah, I got an awesome MXL 990 as a gift from my boy. So thanks, Lone Star. That's great. The arcade. YouTube starts to make sense. Finally, recommending Sty. You know, I've got a few videos that they promote all the time. I mean, they're recommending them constantly, and I don't get it. I don't get it. My harvesting chaga video, that's got over 43,000 views now. Oh yeah, recommend that one out all the time. Why don't you recommend the rest of my stuff out? I'd rather have 1,000 views a piece on all my videos than 43,000 on one. You know, uh, but it is what it is. Yeah. Tim says I'm going to be with you on Christmas Day, Sty, and thank you, my friend. Oh, you betcha, you betcha. And Christmas Day, that's for everybody. That's for everybody. The and that's the thing is I always tell people, hey, if you got nowhere to be there on Christmas Day. Just come hang out and meet a bunch of people. There's so many people that come and go through the Sty Shack that day. Come on over. It'll help your channel. I mean, heck, you meet a lot of new people. And all of a sudden, it's like everybody thought, well, Sty does this for all these people that have nowhere to go. They don't have family. Well, that's one of the reasons I do it. The other reason is in our YouTube community, our YouTube world, we've become a huge family. And now, by doing this, nobody can say I didn't have family to be with on Christmas Day. Oh, baloney. Your YouTube family is going to be here at least for 8 hours on Christmas Day. I can't stand my own blood relatives for 8 hours. I mean, but I can spend 8 hours with all my YouTube friends without a problem. After about 3 hours, I want to send all the relatives home. But we had families show up. Canoe Hound Adventures, Dennis showed up with his whole family, and it was awesome. They set up their camera, and the whole family was sitting there, and they're yelling Merry Christmas at all the YouTubers out at the Sty Shack, and they filled us in. Oh, look at it. And speaking of the devil, there's Canoe Hound. He's just snuck in. You can go ahead and have a beer. It's Saturday. You have at it, Dennis. In fact, if I was sitting there with you, I would insist. See, I'm not shy. I'd say, you ain't drinking that alone. You got to give me one,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Canoe Hound, that would be awesome if your family popped in again, because everybody just loves seeing your family, on Christmas Day. It was awesome. Lori's Crochet Corner 2. Does anyone say hello here? Hello! Hello, hello, hello. There's Cheesehead. Hey, how you doing, Chris? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Great hunting season for you and your bunch down there in north central Wisconsin, just an hour south of me. I keep seeing his posts on Facebook of all the deer that him and his family are taking out down there, and I just like, oh boy. Yeah, if you need some freezer space, I got about enough room for about 30 pounds of venison. Yeah. You all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yeah. I think Thanksgiving went pretty good. Samantha, you had 2 Thanksgivings.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. So I had one on Wednesday and then one on Thursday. So we broke it up a little bit because some people didn't want to be around a bunch of, big crowds. So we went to the small gathering on Wednesday and then a little bit bigger one on Thursday at my sister's house. But everybody was screened and stuff prior, so it was good.
See, that's why I was saying with my family, we wouldn't screen them for COVID. We'd screen them for attitude. Check your attitude at the door. That's
Yeah.
The okay, Teresa.
Oh, that's cool, Lori. FaceTime, nice.
It was neat. Was that Wednesday night? I think it was that you popped on. You were there, and you popped on for just a moment to say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and that where you were and why you couldn't be on the stream, and I think that was Phil's stream that you popped into, and that was neat. I like that.
Yeah. Told him I would, so I did a cameo.
Oh, look at Mike, what he's saying.
He's goofy.
Well, he's dead on, but but yeah, folks, that's kind of a inside story. Lava Squirrel, good to see you. Tim Ray the King. Hello. See, we do try to say hello. We, do our best.
Be right back. Gotta take care of something real quick.
You betcha. You're a big welcome to you there, Timmy Ray the King. Yeah, this is one of those days we're just hanging out. Hey, Kevin McGrath, great to see you. You're new to the channel too. Welcome everybody that's here. Hey, I want to take this advantage right now that because Sam had to step off, I do this in every one of my live streams, and it's just to say thank you to all the great members of my channel, and it only takes 1 minute, so hang tight. We'll go through this. Well, folks, yeah, those are my great channel members. They're the best. I got just the best folks. And I just want to say, any of my channel members that are out there that have become members recently, I put my email address up there, StyNorth@yahoo.com. It's Sty.North, by the way. Yeah, make sure to put that dot in there. send me your mailing address. In the subject, just type in new member and your mailing address so I can get a thank you letter and some stickers off to you. If you have been a member for a while and you never got your letter and stickers, you email me also, would you? That's one thing I have to say. My members, they they don't email me. Come on, guys, please get your address emailed to me so I can update my address list, and so I know who did and didn't receive their perks. I and B lady, I'm going to be emailing you during the week. I want to talk to you about a perk that we're going to work out a perk for you, girl. Um, you are so well deserving of it. Donald Morris is another one. Donald, if he's listening, I need you to give me a perk selection. I'll re-email you the selections, and you need to let me know which you want. I get it off to you right away. Thanks, Donald. Thanks, Donald. But I'll re-email you those selections so that you don't have to go find the old original. Saucy Shane, there he is. There's my man. It's great to have you hanging out with us, Shane. The okay. Wow. What do you mean get it? You're not in the hiker. You're an outdoor lover. I hang on, guys. This is just going to take a second. Did you see that last one there, Mike? Guess what? Outdoor lover. The no. No. The yeah, as YouTube notifies a membership, I add it to that video. You must have just changed it recently. You're lucky. I changed it the minute you upgraded, Mike. I mean, come on. See, Mike, he's tricky. He started out as a camper, right? And he remained a camper for 3 months. Got me to send him a T-shirt for that, right? The minute he got his T-shirt, he upgraded to Outdoor Lover. And he's going on his 3rd month now. So he gets a hoodie. What a little shit he is, I tell you. He got it all figured out. He's just bleeding me for perks. That's it. Yeah, the guy's a character, I tell you. He wants to get something for these boxes he sends me full of junk. Some of it was pretty fun junk, though, but whatever turns his crank, I'm good with it, you know. Yeah, I don't see it either, B lady. And there's nothing I can do about it. Memberships are strictly between. I provide perks for certain members, you know, campers and outdoor lovers, special perks. But really, the control of memberships is all in YouTube's hand. If they click the join and they actually join and the payment cleared, then boom, YouTube gives them the emoji. I have no control over it whatsoever. So the the subscribing and joining, that might be the confusion there. The join button is before the subscribe button, and the join button, there's the entry level on that is $4.99 a month. Yeah. I've been waiting years for my mod check perk. Yeah, Chris, I still got your 401k in the armrest of my truck, and we're going to get together one way or the other, and we're going to do the 401k presentation, because I'm going to laugh my butt off when you get your 401k for being a mod. Yeah. He wants to take early retirement. He says, where's my 401k? This is about a year ago. And I've been carrying that 401k in my armrest since then. We just haven't been able to tie up, Problem is I can't give him his 401k in a public place. So there you go. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much for the sub. I'm tickled pink. I'm thrilled, man. I finally hit 3,500. It took months and months to get it to hit 3,500. It would jump from 40. It was 49.98. Then it would go to 30 or 35.98, and then it would jump to, no, I'm all screwed up, 34.98. It would jump to 35.02, and then it would drop 4. Then it would add 4. Then it would drop 4. But it would always show on my channel that I only had the 34.9. It would never go to 35. It never would. And finally, just a little over a week ago, it finally locked into 3.5K. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. Okay, finally I hit 35 and it's staying there. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, Canoe Hound, you're growing fast, pal. Your shows, I tell you what, I love your shows, man. Your Tuesday night shows, you got some of the best damn guests in the world. I wish I knew folks like them. The folks that you're able to get as guests. I wish I even knew these folks to have them on a panel. That's one thing I should do, is let you folks know that it'll probably be January, the first part of January. I am going to be creating a new show, and it'll be a 1 hour long stream. And at this point, I was going to go 5 days a week, but I think I'm going to start out the month of January with 3 times a week. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that show at this point looks like it'll be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll be a 1 hour show. And that 1 hour show will just have me up here for that show. The chat will be running just like a regular stream, but it'll just be me up here unless I have a guest. And when I do that, it'll never be more than 2 people, 2 guests on a panel. It's not going to be the kind of variety streams that I do. This is going to be a specific show with specific topics and some parody stuff, some odd stuff. We're going to make shit up. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to make some shit up. I'm getting tired of telling you all my Sty stories that are based on things that happen in my life. I'm not going to quit doing those, by the way. Those will keep going. But I want to do some Sty tales too. I want to feed you a little BS once in a while too. It's hard sometimes for me to sit here and go, damn, I just got to be honest. Well, I don't have to be just honest if I have myself a specific show that, yeah, it could be just pure BS, guys. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll have a lot of fun taking that approach, and I'm going to bring guests up from all different walks of life, all different types of things, and and it's going to be a good way for me to show off certain channels that I really, really, really like, and um, I'll get those folks up here one on one, and in fact, I'm thinking that what it'll be is Mondays and Fridays will probably be more of the BS sessions, and Wednesdays will be one on one with Sty North. And I'll just bring one guest up, and I'm going to have at it with that guest and find out everything I can about them, and maybe drag a story out of them or something. So, yeah, just a different approach. Just a different approach. Arcade, Sty fiction. Yeah, Sty-fi. Yeah. Hey, Wandering Wiley, it's been a while. Yeah, happy early B-Day there, Lori. I try not to celebrate those anymore. This year's no big deal, but boy, oh boy, 2022's birthday. That one I'll celebrate. Thank you there, Wiley. Well, like the green man who went after little kids at night when I was growing up. Oh, you're celebrating by giving away stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I know it's way, way too early. I mean, I'm 1,500 subs away, but when I hit 5,000 subs, I'm going to do a special stream, and I'm going to be giving a bunch of Sty merchandise away. A bunch. Your beer break is over. Back to cleaning the garage and packing away the boat and canoes. Oh, isn't that a sad moment there, Canoe On? Well, we'll let you do that. My kayak is in the adventure trailer, all nestled in for the winter. It's starting its hibernation. Yep, something handmade too. That's cool. People love handmade stuff. They love original items. I'm trying to find, I might have to get E-Waste Mike or somebody out there. Yeah, you have a great day too there, Dennis. I got to find somebody that can make me a couple of brands that I can heat up and burn into wood. Or brand somebody on each butt cheek with them or something. For those real dedicated Sty North followers, but I need a brand that's about 1 inch across. So that just has a nice old style S and one with an old style N on it. Because I'm going to be making up a bunch of what we used to call beaver cookies out at camp, just to send to folks for souvenirs. That's it, Mike. That's it. Yeah, I should be second thinking who I suggest could make me brands. Yeah. You're too busy branding yourself with all kinds of bumps and bruises, man. You just went looking for RVs last week, and they were flooded with stripped down orange adventure trailers. Folks have caught on. Yep. Oh, a friend sent me on Facebook the other day a photo of what, and the title said "Redneck Houseboat," and it was a fair sized boat. And what did it have on it? A pickup topper, right? To make it into a houseboat. And I thought, oh my God, I hope that guy that made that boat didn't take the idea from my trailer. You wouldn't believe how many people I've had look up at that thing. They go, "Is that a pickup topper up there?" No, it's custom. I bought it this way, custom. What the hell, you moron? Look at it. It's a pickup topper. Yes. The oh, still got you laid out there, eh, Mike? You recover, pal. Don't push it fast. If it takes another 2 days, if it takes another week, you do what you got to do to take care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
RVs are priced out of a sane person's budget, keeping our tow camper. Oh, yeah. I helped my buddy get, I had my buddy and his honey, they wanted a big RV, and I don't even remember what brand it was, but we went shopping and hunting. We found one, an older used one, and they wanted $10,500 for it. If they didn't have to do, because it was new on their lot on a trade-in, they didn't want to do any of the servicing or anything on it to resale it. They just wanted, they said, get it off our lot for 10.5. Well, I worked on them. That's a whole Sty story in itself. But I worked on them, and we got it down to $6,500. And we drove that thing off the lot for $6,500. They got a lot of miles out of that bucker. That's it was a pretty good rig for $6,500. I could have lived in it the rest of my life, but Sam won't even call and talk to you. Oh, you poor baby. He just needs to stay put, kick back, and recover. He fell down the dang stairs. Mike, I think he was trying to ride Earl down the stairs and he fell off. The hunt for heat. Cindy, it's great to see you. She'll see your comment in a minute, David.
Sorry, I had to
Oh, that's yeah.
help out the little one. It's a Christmas song, David. So
Do, do, do I have permission, Samantha, to use that Christmas Day?
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Because
I've got
I know I used the previous version, but I'd love to use the new one.
yeah, I've got that one, and then next week is a Christmas song too. So those are both scheduled. So there'll be 2 this year, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how the writing goes. But yeah, 2 for sure.
Yeah. Hey, JCT, pizza and beer. It sounds like a Saturday. the I loved your performance on Smule.
Oh,
Was
thanks. Yeah,
I
Peggy
loved it.
High is amazing. I
Yeah,
like singing with her.
yeah,
She's got a beautiful voice.
yeah. I really enjoyed that. It was great.
Yeah,
And what an awesome song, Gravity. Oh man, yeah,
that's her
that,
pick. She picks some good ones, and yeah,
yeah.
every time.
That was a sweet pick. Yeah.
She's got good taste.
Hiya, Sty. Been here a while, trying to be good, not swearing like a mad woman. Found aphids last night. Well, as long as they're on the plants and not in your pants. Cheer up a little bit, Cindy. The, well, you got to do like Joe Wymath did. Order yourself a bunch of ladybugs to turn loose. There you go. I still don't get it. He bought all those ladybugs to turn loose on his pepper plants to eat all the aphids. But I still don't know what the heck he's going to do about the ladybugs after it's all said and done. Now he's going to have because I think he got 1,500 of the dang things and turned them all loose on his plants. And after they're done, I don't know what he's going to do about the ladybugs. Then he's going to have to get a bunch of birds to turn loose in his garage to eat all of the ladybugs off the plants. Then he's going to have to get a cat to eat all the birds. Oh, you ordered them today? I have some Monarch pop-up containers. I'm putting my plants in to keep them contained in, with the plants not in my house loose. Yeah. Hey, Kimberly. Hi, girl.
Hey, Kimberly. Good to see you.
Yeah. God, I can remember as a kid on Lake Mille Lacs up in north central Minnesota as a kid when we'd get the early season ladybug hatches there, and the big boulders along the lakeside would just be solid red with ladybugs, millions of them on those boulders. And I can remember as kids, my pop saying, "Don't you go climbing around on those rocks. Those ladybugs will make it too slippery. You'll fall off and fall in the lake." But you could take your hand and scoop up big handfuls of ladybugs. It was awesome. And I haven't seen anything like that in at least 40 years. And I've been on that lake during ladybug hatch and never seen as many as I did when I was growing up. I've got a on December 15th, AOK Outdoors is having a stream and has invited me and plain old Chuck to be on the panel. And what Thack is doing over there is she wants multi-generations. There's going to be 4 of us, actually 5, on the panel, counting her. There's going to be 5 of us, and it covers multiple generations. And we're going to talk about things of the past, things of the current, things we see for the future. And I think that's going to be an awesome stream to sit and talk with people of so many age groups, discussing the way they see things of the past, the way they see today, and the way they see the future. I think that's going to be an awesome stream. And I told her, I said, I think I'm going to steal that theme from her and sometime this winter do one myself and try to get some multi-generational panelists, and we'll talk about the same topic. Multi-generations, good luck. Why? Oh, the nice thing about it, though, is the people she has picked. Everybody's been raised with a good helping of respect. So I think we'll have a good conversation. There won't be any generational bashing, Well, if you weren't from that generation, that kind of garbage. It's going to be more of a just an honest take on how we see things differently. Okay, Lori, that's cool. Yeah. You don't want the hubby with the hangries,
See you, Lori. Have a good one.
Yeah. That Thack she's being very careful handpicking who's going to be on that panel. She wants it to be a very respectful and informational panel, not a battle between the generations kind of thing. And there's that's one thing that my own children, I mean, especially my grandchildren, just don't they just don't understand what it was for me to be what their age is today, what it was back in my day to be their age. What were the differences? What did we have that they no longer have? And what do they have that we never dreamt of? I mean, it's pretty cool to do those comparisons, and it can be rather shocking to some. Hey, me Dibble, good to see ya. Hello from the other side of the pond. That big old pond. YouTube makes the pond a lot smaller, don't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Arcade. I think it'll be interesting. I really do. Really do. Whenever I can find younger people, I mean, I find these later teens and college era folks that I love sitting and talking with them, and they talk about their lives today and the challenges they have and the things that they do, and then I start telling them about the things I did when I was their age, and they're looking at me like, "Are you kidding? Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it's like night and day. It's like night and day." Um, well, that's it. And that's one thing that a lot of people can't, for some reason, they just cannot understand that for each generation, they are positioning themselves to take over for the generation ahead of them, that they're going to have their way over that prior generation. Sons grow up to take over dad's spot. You know what I mean? And that's been the nature of things since the beginning of time. I'm one where I'm at that age now, and I'm at that stage. Hey, I don't want to be in charge of nothing anymore. You go ahead and you do it. And if you wreck it, don't blame me. I mean, I had my turn, but don't blame me when you are the next in line to be in power and you're going to make the world yours. Well, if it's yours, don't blame me for your world at all in any sense whatsoever. I didn't make your world. You have to make your own. Yeah. And how we would have faced today's issues so differently. The oh yeah, if we turned the clock way back, the way it would have been dealt with, even with the raising of my children versus the way society thinks children should be raised today, I would be an odd man out, because and it's surprising. It's yeah, B lady. Today the younger think things are hard. And the thing is hard was good. I mean, yeah, things were hard when I was growing up. That times were it times were so different, and I mean, I can't for the life of me imagine. I I wouldn't want to be a kid today. I wouldn't want to grow up in today's atmosphere. No way in hell. Uh-uh. I'd rather go back and have some of the hard times of the past than all of the advancements we supposedly have made over the years. Hey, Adventures in the Heartland, John. And it may be Jan. She may be watching with John. Oh, busy at the shop, glass shop. Cool, good. Yeah, it's awesome. Jan does some awesome glass work, boy. Stained glass work. Oh, yeah. Awesome stuff. Oh, yeah, me Divil. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, things I did as a kid. Parents today, um, the the problem today is I'd probably have a half a dozen psychologists and at least two full-time psychiatrists if I was what I was as a kid plopped into today, they'd go, that guy's nuts. That kid's nuts. He needs more help than is out there. No, 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 no. It all came out in the wash. It all came out in the wash. I didn't need psychologists and psychiatrists to get through my day, you know. Today, there's some kids growing up and adults that need them. And it's because of today. It's because of our lifestyles today. It's our environment that creates all of these issues for us to have to battle and fight. And I don't like it when people say, "Oh, yeah, you gave that kid some kind of psychological title. You know, that's just a scapegoat." Oh, shut the hell up. I mean, these kids, what they got to deal with today, the stuff they're going through. Most kids today are having their childhood stolen from them because of the stresses of the world. The whole world is just weighing heavy on these kids. And if they're not going to have psychological issues from it, then those kids have no heart or soul. I mean, these kids are getting affected by this negative world we live in. I think the world has lost a lot of its stability. When I grew up, if things were tough, we didn't consider the world unstable because tough times came upon everybody, but everybody got together and got each other through those tough times. Now it's like you're on your own, puppy. Unless you got good insurance and enough money to hire the right psychologist, you're just shit out of luck because the rest of the world's not there helping. The rest of the world's not caring. Yeah, Missouri travelers, absolutely unprecedented access to information. Yeah. Me dibble. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, true but funny. Great to see you there, Missouri travelers. Yeah. Yeah, people say, "Well, you're getting so serious." Well, don't take it so serious. Don't blame me. Why are you taking me so serious? What the hell does it matter, right? The I just want people to get through life a little bit happy, at least, you know. Hey, lucky 7 mud mowers. Awesome. 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 It's great to see you there, bud. There's another fella that, you know, I'll tell you what. I tell you what. I think Lucky 7 could understand this, that for most conservative folks in general, you know, heavy, moderate to conservative folks, that title just says you care. You know, you just care. You care about not just you individually, but about the whole world, the society in general. You just care and you just wish things were stable. Sty Shack is happy vibes. I hope so. I hope so. Every once in a while, we get on a little sad note or sad topic, but we pull ourselves out of it. We pull ourselves out of it. Hey, Colin. the Yep. I don't know. I don't know.
I hate to leave you here, but I got a couple things I gotta go do.
Okay, girl. totally understood. It's lunchtime actually there in Alaska. The
12:15.
Yeah, yeah, we're just blowing away our afternoon, and Samantha, it's lunchtime. She got a hungry young man running around the house too.
Is
I
Uncle
mean,
awake? He is.
Well, you guys have a good weekend. Much love, and thanks for having me.
thank you, sweetie, for being here.
Take it easy. Bye.
You betcha. Love you. Check your PO when you get a chance.
I will.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
The Oh wow, yeah. I wish I was a songwriter, bee lady. I, yeah, I'd love to be able to write a song for Samantha. But I'm no songwriter, that's for sure. Yeah, feed that growing boy. The I'm British. Serious is not our way. Dark, dry, sarcastic humor is our way. the Well, and that's it. That's it, folks. I mean, what? Why? You know, to a point. Why does everybody have to take everything so seriously that they let it tear them down, bring them down? I mean, I I just I just if somebody's being sarcastic and and just trying to be fun, why put them down for that? I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, have a good time, man. I tell you what, you wait till you're my age, and then you'll start saying to yourself, "I could have had more fun in my life. Doggone it." But it's never too late. I mean, if you're going to die tomorrow, you might as well have a good time today. That's the way I see it. You better put a smile on your face and say, "Oh, the hell with the world. I'm just, I, I'm not going to let the world drag me down. I'm going to enjoy myself." JCT missing back home. For your Christmas stream, all of your members get to send Samantha Lee's original song, and she picks one, sets it to music, and sings it. Oh, me dibble. Yeah, the mic I got now, it's an MXL 990. It's a sweet mic. I love this microphone. I really do. It's it's good and it's dependable. And it's got good true sound to it, and it's just for the money, it's worth it. It's a You can get this mic for between 75 and $100. Running Water bought this microphone, and it was sitting at his house, and he says, "Oh, by the way, I got this other microphone if you want to try that," because he knows I've been having mic issues. And I said, "Well, yeah, I hate to, use your new microphone." He goes, "No, I'll go get it and give it a try." So I did. I gave it a shot, and it works like $1,000,000. It works like $1,000,000. Love it. Love it. Um, so I jokingly said, "Yeah, thanks for letting me try out the new mic, Running Water. Merry Christmas to me." So that turd, he says, "Yeah, go ahead, keep it." He says, "Can I have my old microphone back?" Because I was using another one of his. And I told him, "Yeah, yeah. We've all been having mic issue." Yeah, the different kind of mic. Hey there, Phil. You home from work yet, there, buddy? The the great to see Phil rolling on in. It's great to see him. That's great. Everybody's saying hi, Phil. Hi, Phil. Hey, Phil. Hi, Phil. Do you need the silver part? What silver part? You got me. Don't know. You guys, gonna have to excuse me. I got to put my shades on. The studio lights are just starting to get to me. Oh, you're still driving, eh? There, Spicy. I can't believe I made it this far through a stream without those shades on. These studio lights typically just, they're just too much. And keep your eyes on the road, hands upon the wheel. That's right. I totally agree. Some coffee with Sty. This background, I got the green screen. I love this background. I can remember out in Montana, a lot of winter sunsets that look just like this. That's why I picked this background. Makes me feel like I'm out there. JCT, I do not live near any family or children, never grew up near family, just me and hubby, and I am the oldest of 8 and had huge extended family back home. Silver part for my mic. There's no silver part for my mic. Your home was Alaska. Yeah. My home was over in Minnesota. My childhood home, growing up until I was in my early 20s. And go back there, it's not even the same place. It's gone. It's gone. It's all built in. It used to be such a nice little quaint community. And now big 10, 12-story condominiums along the lake. And they've really, really messed it up. And kicked me while I was there. I still suffer from it, but I try to have the attitude, this is for me, you don't like. You can go, yeah. That's it. That's it. Oh, yeah, this is a shock collar that it's sitting in. It helps take out any noise from banging the boom arm or the desk. That shock collar helps absorb that sound. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right, me Dibble. That's all right. You know us here. Yeah, sometimes, again, there's where, hey, Sussy Shane's back. That's great to see you, Shane. That's where I was talking over at AOK. on December 15th, I'm going to be doing a stream with her. I'm going to be sitting on their panel, and we're talking multi-generational panel, and we're going to be talking about the past and the current and the future from the perspective of each of our generations, and that's one thing that I can tell people about my hometown and what it was like growing up in that hometown and what it looked like and what the whole atmosphere of the community was. And I've had people say, I want to visit your hometown and just see what it was like. Sorry, it doesn't even exist anymore. The town exists by name, but there's very few things. I could definitely talk. I could mention everything that's there that was there when I was a child, and those items wouldn't equal to the fingers on both hands. Everything that I knew growing up has been dramatically changed. Now, I talk to the people there because I'm involved with the local historic society there, and they tell me that the comments they get nowadays from folks in the community is that it may not be the way guys like I remember it, but it's been made so much better. And all I tell the curator of the historical society, feel free to quote me. Better my ass. They've destroyed that community. It is destroyed. I would not live in that community today. I wouldn't live in that community if I was from the current generation. Who needs that? It is so messed up. It's not on the books, ATM. There you go, me dibble. Yeah, I wouldn't have bought this, Mike. I was fortunate that Running Water did let me assume ownership. Hey, traveling granny, good to see ya. Yeah, my hometown exists in my memories. I've got a couple of little photos, maybe a half a dozen photos from my hometown when I was young, but that's it. Me Dibble says, I've lived in this town my whole life. Wow, it has changed so much. Yeah, and B Lady, huh? So much better for who? That's right. Yeah, better is a matter of perceptive. But see, and that's it is, we were a beautiful little lake community. We were surrounded by water. Technically, our community was part of an island because it was totally surrounded by water. You had to cross a bridge over water to get to our town. And it was a beautiful little community. In fact, it was such a beautiful, quaint little community. My mother and father bought our last home in that community. They bought that house with 2.5 acres of land in town. And there were a lot of large properties like that within the town. And we were in the neighborhood. We had all kinds of neighbors. That They bought that property for $12,800 in 1964. $12,800. In the 1980s, well, it'd be about 1986, my mother sold the home place. And she got terribly cheated when she sold it. The only way we could have done anything about it was to have a competency trial and say that she wasn't competent when she accepted the sale of that property. We couldn't do that to her, so we just let it go. We just for her sake let it go. But that land had been appraised. She sold that land for less than $100,000, right? We had the land appraised, and that's why we were going to challenge the sale, the guy that bought it from her. We had the land appraised, and the bottom end of market price on it was about $325,000. It went from $13,000 to $325,000 from 1964 to about 1984. So in 20 years, just imagine how that inflated the value of that land. And the reason it was so valuable is because of all the water around the community. And all of the upper middle class and high class from Minneapolis, St. Paul, which was our neighboring city, wanted to come out to the countryside, to these small communities, and they wanted to own a family home in those communities. Well, they came, they bought, and then they built. They started buying off commercial properties and building big high rises and condominiums, so all of their friends can come and live by them also. Now you drive through there and you can't even see the lake because there's nothing but condos and high rises between you and the water. And it used to be you could drive down the main drag and you get that beautiful view of the lake and all these little mom and pop operations, restaurants, and there was a dinner club and a mom and pop grocery store and gas station, all those things. Nothing in that town from those days exists. It's all been razed and nothing but high rises built. The town is gone. Me Dibble, I heard that right now it's worth about 480 grand for that piece of property. 480,000. It's a house with 2 cottages, nice stand of woods in the back part of the 2.5 acres. It was 3.5 acres originally, but we sold off 1 acre of it, and they put in a big Olympic-size skating rink for the community, and that was the biggest deal in town. We had this beautiful skating rink with an awesome warming house. It was great. The local high schools would have their hockey games there, and it was open rink to the public. It's beautiful. Now that hockey rink, we heard that they're going to, they're talking about tearing it down and selling that acre and subdividing it into 4 lots and selling it for executive homes. That's, that's the way the world turns. Everybody wants to make it better, and they don't realize what they got to give up to make it better. Sometimes better isn't best. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, our last family home, the monthly payments on that home, which included an estimated tax for that 1/12 of the estimated annual taxes that went into a tax escrow, and the insurance on that home at its purchase price, the monthly mortgage payment was $83. $83, and it covered the house, the taxes, and the insurance. Try to find yourself that today. They kept trying to get my mother, when my pop passed away, they kept trying to get my mother to refinance the house, and we'll give you all this money, boy. We're going to give you a ton of money because of the value of that home. And she did the smartest thing in the world. She said, no, thanks. I just love the $83 a month payment and never have to worry about being homeless. Smart lady. It's about 80,000 K and 85. Now it's worth 400K. Yeah. But the thing is, too, take a look at the price of other things. It's like my mother said. When they bought that house for $12,800, a loaf of bread was 24 cents. A loaf of bread was 24 cents. It's $2.50 now. A gallon of milk back then was about 75 cents for a gallon of milk. It's $4 a gallon now. So it's all relative. It's all relative. The minimum wage, when I first got my first legitimate on the payroll kind of job, the minimum wage was 60 cents an hour. That was what anybody with a full-time laborer's job was going to get paid, 60 cents an hour. So you think about that. I mean, people working 40 hours, and what are they getting for it? 24 bucks. It was insane. Or was it? Because there were people that were making house payments, rental payments, putting gas in their car, feeding their family, paying the doctor bills on that income. Yeah. Yep. Oh, look at here. I've got someone that's going to share my space with me, and I just love this person. There she is. Hi, Granny.
Hey,
It is so good to see you.
I was up on a roof cutting down a broken branch on my other building, the big building, so I didn't know you was live.
Oh, wow. Wow. Had a branch come down on it, eh?
Oh, yeah. And that building's like this, and I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah. It's got to come down on a good steep roofed one, right?
Of course.
God, those steep roofs, I don't miss those a bit. I don't get on them anymore. I look up there and go, yeah, who can I find? the
Daughter said somebody up the store had got their phone out and was filming me doing it.
Oh yeah,
I need to find out who did that and go get me a copy.
yeah, you really do. Yeah, yeah. I got a couple of Sty stories about the steep roofed places.
Ugh.
I hate, boy, those steep roofs. When I had the tree service, I didn't mind it because I had a cherry picker, so I didn't even have to get on the roof, just get the truck close enough to the house
Yeah.
and just stay in the bucket. But yeah, I did chimney sweeping for a year. I found out that was not a job for me.
I don't like heights, and that's the hardest thing for me to make myself do than anything.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
crazy cat. Yep, heights scare me.
Yeah, when I was young, the heights never bothered me, but it's like every year I got a little more nervous, a little more nervous. Now I'm at the point where, get the hell away from the edge. What do you mean that ladder's 20 feet? Bullshit. I'll go up the first 10. Yeah. I don't like the heights so much anymore. There's certain things. I don't know what it is if just in the back of your mind, you're starting to get a little common sense that falling off there could kill you. I don't think I want to be up there.
Right?
We have a lot of trees, none over 10 foot. Oh boy. Yeah. We've got a lot of trees, many of them over 100 foot.
Whoa.
When I was with the tree service, the biggest tree I'd have to say ever took down actually wasn't. We had our tree service in Minnesota, but I had an uncle that actually hired the tree service I was with, hired us to run our equipment all the way over just outside of Detroit, Michigan. And he lived adjacent to the Detroit airport. And the airport, it was funny because they told him, you got to cut down those 4 big cottonwood trees. And my uncle said, I don't have to do nothing. They said, they're becoming a risk for our airplanes. And they got to come down. We've had a couple close calls of planes trying to get over your damn trees to hit that runway. And they tried to take him to court. The court ruled, no, you can't make him remove his trees. He's outside of the distance in which you could regulate the height of things. He's just outside of that. So no, you can't make him take his trees down. Well, so then they decided they'd cut a deal with him that they'd pay to have the trees removed, whatever that cost may be, plus they'd give him $10,000. He said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Sure. So he hired our company to travel all the way from Minnesota over to Detroit, Michigan to take his trees down. I thought no big deal, and pictures may say 1,000 words, but sometimes just a few words missing can really mess things up. From the pictures, we could not tell the actual height of the trees. So when we got there, we couldn't believe it. The shortest of the 4 trees was 120 feet.
Jesus.
And them trees were so big at the base. They were so big around at the base. I had a 48-inch bar on this big Johns rod, and that bar on the largest tree made it halfway through the tree.
Whoa.
And I told my uncle after we cut them buggers down, I said, never again, never again. I'm never ever going to bid on a tree that I haven't walked up to. Yeah, if I haven't walked up to it, I'm not bidding on it. Those trees scared I had 3 professional climbers on our crew, and all 3 of them were scared to death of them trees.
Oh Lord!
The
Did any
crown-
planes go through?
What's that?
Did any planes go through and create a turbulence up there when you was on?
No. In fact, my uncle, and that's the weird part, is he was an executive for the Detroit airport. And I told him, you're lucky they didn't fire you for not taking the trees down. He goes, oh no, they got to have me. He said, they just weren't going to have my trees without paying for them. And because he was an executive there, they redirected all the flights while the trees were being removed.
That's good.
I didn't want my climbers up there. The planes were all a good 100 feet above the trees as they came in, but having a jet over you at only 100 feet, that's pretty scary. Especially when you're up there hanging from a rope. I mean, because we had to go up those trees and limb those trees out, every limb.
Yep.
Just to get the trunk down to about 80, 90 feet. And then we could drop the trunk, But, yeah, and they were all cottonwoods, and it makes it real tricky because cottonwood has a tendency to go hollow like a basswood. And they had limbs that were 36, 38 inches around that were the center of them. There'd be 18, 20 inches of hollow in the center of those limbs. And you cut into them, you can't, it's so hard to predict how they're going to break off and where they're going to go. So yeah, it was scary. Oh, be a lady and Saucy Shane there. Yeah.
Ironwood, yeah.
Yeah, thank God they weren't ironwood. Oh my God. I had a few contracts where I had to cut down some pretty hefty ironwoods, and they knew of other jobs we had done of oaks and elms and other trees that were of comparable size in the same type of situation. And they said, but your bid for our ironwoods is 20% higher than those trees. I said, somebody's got to pay for all the chains I'm going to go through cutting them buggers. You could literally, in a large ironwood, ruin a chainsaw chain just cutting that one tree up. So the wear and tear on my chainsaw chains was required that I bid a little high on those trees.
Oh yeah.
Ironwood is really cool for certain things if you want to use it for a working kind of wood, but otherwise I hated ironwood. I tried never to take a job that had ironwood to cut. Yeah, good old ironwoods. Yeah, there were certain trees that I definitely avoided all the time. Around Minneapolis, St. Paul, there was, in some of the lake areas, you'd find a lot of basswoods, and some of them quite large. And they'd call and ask for a bid, and I'd go out and look, and I'd go, I'd tell them flat out, no, find a different tree service. Why? I said, stinking basswood. I said, I'm not putting a climber up in that tree. I said, they're the most damn dangerous trees in the world. They're all hollow. Yeah. I could make good money off of them once they're on the ground because I could sell the basswood. It's one of the best whittler's wood in the world. And you could sell 8-foot long logs that are 28 to 36 inches around. 8-footers selling for $250 a piece because they wanted it for whittler's wood. But you had to deal with the risk of taking it down, and that's I just 99% of the time I said, nope, basswood, hire somebody else. Not going to put my climbers up there. You have a climber get killed on a job, and guess what? Your tree service just ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oak and pecan. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I laughed so hard when I moved to northwestern Montana, our very first winter out there. And I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find any decent firewood anywhere. So I started asking the locals, where the heck can a person get a winter's worth of firewood around here? And they said, well, go out and cut some. I said, there ain't nothing here except aspen and pine. I said, aspen, it's like a stinking popple tree. I said, none of that is any good for wood stoves. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm going to burn pine all winter in a wood stove. They said, well, go out and cut up a bunch of old larch. And I said, well, tamarack, we never burned tamarack back home. Oh, that's the best firewood you can get. And I said, where can I get some maple and oak? And I almost got beat up just for saying that. This one big old logger comes up and he goes, you stupid moron. He says, maple and oak is made for that wood's only there to make furniture. That ain't, you don't burn that. I go, what? Oh, you don't burn maple or oak. You make furniture out of that kind of wood. They thought I was a liar. I told them, I said, back home, that's all we burnt was maple and oak. That's all we burnt was hard maple and oak. A little bit of elm, red elm especially. Piss elm we never messed with. You can't split the crap. But they thought I was lying to them that we burnt maple and oak. I said, oh, geez, we'll cut oak trees that big around down, split them all up. I tell you, one big round, that's a whole day's firewood, You can't do that. That's millwood. That's for furniture. You can. Yeah, we burn 12 cords of it every winter. What? Yeah. Yeah, I love burning oak. Oak and hard maple. Yeah, I love it. It's great firewood for stoves. Same with campfires. That's mostly what I burn out at camp is oak, because the guy I get my firewood from, if I were to buy that firewood from the local places around here, what I get for $20, I'd only get a third of that if I bought it locally in bundles. He's got these big racks, and he says $20 a rack, and it's about a good third of my pickup box filled to the top of the box for $20, and it's all oak. Well, he lives right next door to a mill, and he gets all their oak slabs, and he bucks those up and splits them and stacks them, and all of his stacks have dates on them, so you know what year they were cut, split, and stacked. And if he sees somebody going after the greenwood, he gets out there right away and asks them, what the heck, you're not planning on burning that, are you? And if they're, no, I'm just storing it, I'm buying it to put up, I won't be burning that for a couple of years. Then he'll let them take green stuff. But he's good about getting out there saying, no, you need this stuff over here. It's 4 years. 4 years old. It's nice and dry. It's great firewood. Great firewood. Box elder and learned folks love that wood. They gave us a piece to remember it by. We have many more. Yeah, yeah. There's folks that love the box elder too. Yeah. We have them, but not a lot of them up here. They got pretty well wiped out during the logging era here. I saw some pictures at our local historical office here in town. Saw some pictures of Ashland back in the logging heyday. You couldn't find a frickin' tree anywhere except in town. A few oaks, big oaks, and a few big pines around some of the nicer homes in town. Otherwise, every tree was gone. From the highest part of town, they're looking off to the west. And there's a picture off to the west, and then a picture to the south, and a picture to the east. North, that's just Lake Superior. But each one of those pictures, you look, and as far as all the way to the horizon, here and there, a little stick of a tree, otherwise not a single tree.
Wow.
For miles and miles, every direction around the community. They logged everything. They took it all. You look at it now and you see all the timber and all of it. And I have a lot of people, and I make the same mistake. I'll go, oh, wow, look at this big old virgin red pine. Bugger's big enough, you need 2 men around it. Well, it's not a virgin red pine. It grew after the logging era here. So there's nothing here that's over 100 years old unless it's in town. Otherwise, everything out there in the forest is 100 years or less old. Everything was taken. And people go, well, they didn't have the paper mills like they have now, so what did they do with all of the popple trees? Any tree that they didn't have a market for ran the steam engines that ran the mills. That wood was used as firewood to run the machinery that harvested and produced all of the other woods. And it's really weird that all of the white pine, well, basically all of the pine up here was all shipped to the plains. It worked its way down to the Mississippi. It went down the Mississippi at a couple drop points, and then it was shipped out into the western plains. And people go, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, think about it. Think about it. Have you seen pictures of our western plains? How many frickin' trees do you see out there? How many pictures do you see of these big out west towns? And every building's wood. Where the hell did they get the trees? There weren't any. They got it all from up here in the Northeast. It was all shipped west so they could build towns out on the prairies. Box elder bugs. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I would not purchase property with box elders on them, because of all the bugs in the world that I truly just can't stand, them buggers are box elder bugs. Them buggers, you can have your house all buttoned up, you can have them double screened, it doesn't matter, and them buggers will get in the house, and they're all over everything. Box elder bugs all over it. Oh,
like them stink bugs.
Yeah, like stink bugs. Yeah. Yeah, you figure you got the place sealed up pretty damn good. Oh no, they're getting in. They're getting in. That's like on the farm, my granddad's farm. I used to hate that, having to go in the grain bins and shovel out a bunch of grain to for the cattle and the horses. And you go in there, and that grain is just full of them stinking big black grain beetles everywhere. Dang things. We'd take string and tie the cuffs of our pants tight against our ankles because them damn things crawl right up your legs. Oh, look up Raffinair foresters. We are surrounded by them in Florida. They're also worldwide. They're huge. Interesting. Yep. Every region has its unique qualities about it. Yep. Critters. Lots of critters. Oh boy. Yeah, I thought, heck, I didn't see much going on today, and I thought, what the heck, I'll do this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got Sty Story Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah. I was surprised to see you up here by yourself. I was like, where is everybody?
Yeah, well, Phil's on his way home from work, so that's
yeah.
understandable. Thank God. If he would have got on here while he's driving, I would have been chewing him out.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But I thought, what the heck? Nothing's going on. I'll pop a stream up and waste away my Saturday afternoon.
I wish I'd have known earlier. I would have rather wasted away my Saturday.
But that tree limb would still be up there.
Well, it's been up there a few days anyway, so I've been putting it off because, like I said, I don't like heights.
Wow. Yep. Bee lady, big cypress tree. Yeah, boy, some of them cypress get huge too. Estimated to be hundreds of years. One struck by lightning. Yeah. The redwoods, they don't grow anywhere except in northwestern United States and the southwestern corner of Canada. It's the only place you find redwoods in the world. The true red sequoias. Hey, Sterling Silver, great to see you.
Bye, Shane. Hi, Sterling.
Hey, will you have a good night, Shane? We'll catch you later, buddy. Take care of yourself and your stomach. I still, for the life of me, can't see how these guys can keep eating this stuff and doing these challenges, man.
I can't either. They're tough.
Yeah. Me, Dibble, the only redwood we have is painted red. Yeah, Sterling wants to know how you're enjoying your new vehicle.
I love it. Every time I get in it, I love it. I just sit and look at it in awe.
Yeah, that is such an awesome van, man. I could live in that bugger.
And I've never had anything that nice ever. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, bee lady, the tree with the tunnel in it, the big redwood, is gone. It's gone. It came down.
Oh.
Yeah. Google it. It's gone. The tree finally died. the that was, it was so neat that they did that, but little did they know they were killing the tree by doing that. That eventually the tree, yeah, it fell over, and it fell over because of it died. Yeah. They've been kind of monitoring that tree for the last 30, 40 years on its death rate, how it was dying off. Yeah. And it was just time for it to go. Yeah, them dummies. But they didn't know. That's from an era they didn't know. There was a tree, the largest red pine in the state of Minnesota, and that bugger was huge. Damn, that tree was huge. They considered it the largest and oldest red pine in the state of Minnesota. And that pine grew at the headwaters of the Mississippi in the Itasca State Park. And I'd have to look. I don't know for sure if I got a picture of that one or not. When I was a little kid, you walk right up to that tree and touch it. I can't remember what it was. It was like they got like 50,000 visitors back in the 60s on an annual basis, and everybody went to that tree. It was hard to get a picture of yourself by that tree because there's always so many people, and you'd have to tell everybody, get back, get back, get back. I want to take a picture of the family or the kid, But everybody went up to that tree and touching that tree and walking all around the base of it. Now, that tree has died also.
Huh.
But for almost 50 years, they had a fence around that bugger. Yeah, it was just a post fence, but big signs all the way around it. That I think eventually the fine got up to $500 if you were caught beyond that fence, between the fence and that tree, because of all the impact of everybody walking around the base of the tree. They were killing the tree. It was terrible. Oh, Adam, JB Chef. Oh, you're a hiker, man. Awesome. Look at that. Hey, we gained a member. That is so cool. Adam, you're great. You are great. You know what? You become one of those great channel members. I'm going to play this so Adam can see where he's going to end up. You're going to end up in this video here, pal. This only takes a minute to play. And another big welcome to Adam. Yeah. He's going to be in that video as one of my hikers. We'll get that modified first thing tomorrow, and it'll be up there for tomorrow night's stream. Well, heck, where were we? these these folks, they catch me so off guard. Um,
We were talking about trees.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, they found out that all the people over the years, the tens of thousands of people that were walking around the base of that tree had compacted the soil to the point that the root base was dying off,
Oh Lord.
which of course would kill the tree. And it got down to the point where just its heart root was all that was feeding that big tree anymore, because all of the roots and pines, those root balls, they spread way out, and
Yep.
all of that was killed off. So the tree was dying because of it. They said the best they could do, um, Adam did it on purpose. Yeah, it's cool, Adam. But yeah, that it was a shame. It was because, and they didn't know any better back then. They didn't know any better. They didn't know that walking around the base of a tree constantly like that would compact the soil and kill the tree. And so when they put the fence up almost 50 years ago, they decided the best we can do is let the tree live as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they did a fairly good job. They got another 50 years out of that tree, but they said that that tree probably could have lived to be 300 to 400 years old before it would have died on its own. That's terrible. Swap you a join for a patron. So mine starts at $3. What you think? I'll have to remember that. I'll have to remember that, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. I'll have to remember that. We'll have, I don't want to talk about it because we got to be careful, because that under the monetization rules, it's kind of like saying sub for sub, and we just don't want to talk about it. Things happen, right? Hey, the real Mr. Shannonite, good to see ya. The midwife threw me back in. the let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
No, they couldn't dig up and aerate the soil, because what remained of that root base is what kept that tree standing. If they had gone down, aerated that soil, it would have loosened the soil base, which that tree was so prominent and stood above all the rest. The next big windstorm come through, it would have come down. Yeah.
Crazy cat. Okay.
Glasses clean so I can see now. I know how that is, me devil. There's been times I'm going, what the heck? I can hardly see anything. And then after the stream, I'm looking at my glasses and I'm going, oh my God. Yeah. It's like watching my stream through a London fog, and I hadn't cleaned my glasses in 3 days.
I am.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a place out in northwestern Montana that's called Ross Creek Cedars. That anybody ever gets to northwestern Montana, you can Google it and find Ross Creek Cedars. But what a beautiful place to visit. There's a beautiful grove of ancient cedars standing there, and some of them have been hit by lightning and they burned out. Cedars have a tendency to go hollow in the center when they get ancient like that. And if they get hit by lightning, a lot of times it ends up being like a coal fire. It just keeps burning and burning and burning and burning until it gets to the base, and it just burns out all of the all of the rotten core of the tree. And there's some there that are burned out that, yeah, it's got big crack in them. You'll walk right in them and look all the way up the core of those trees. And yeah, they're beautiful. Me Dibble says, I'm in London. I have not seen a fog in years. Yeah, but you know me, Dibble, it's an age-old statement that they've been using for ages and ages. Yeah, it's as thick as a London fog, you know. I don't know how many damn movies I've watched where they've used that line. Oh, yeah. I can't see at all. It's as thick as a London fog. Hey, Adam. He says, gotta go, Sty. Sorry for the short stay. Stay safe, man. Thank you so much, Adam, for the membership. You're awesome, pal. You're just awesome.
Bye, Adam.
Yeah, come to Scotland. It's been foggy as glasses with a face mask here. Yeah. Oh, I had these acquaintances years ago. Actually, they ended up being my landlord for a while. I rented a home of theirs, but they're curling champions. People that look it up. It's a goofy sport. Curling is just a goofy sport. You know, you throw a big old granite stone down an ice rink and you sweep in front of the damn thing to get it to go where you want. I mean, yeah, the looks like way too much work for me, but
You're not going back out.
they're curling champions, and they got to go, and I can't remember what year it was in, but they went to Scotland for the international curling championships, and they won. But we almost lost 2 U.S. citizens, man. They love Scotland so much they didn't want to come home. I mean, they emailed so many of us and said, I don't think I'm coming home. I'm not leaving. I like Scotland. They did. Oh, yeah. They were convinced. I told them, I said, well, okay. And then if you move to Scotland, then you just have to come and visit us.
Bye, bee lady.
Oh, is Bee Lady heading out?
Yep.
Well, you have a good night there, Bee Lady. Thank you, thank you. Oh, work is way too much work for me. Oh, you got Lebanon cedars near you. We're advised to give them a wide berth as their heavy branches like to fall off. Oh yeah, I would bet. There you go again. Another very ancient tree that almost was driven to extinction. The cedars of Lebanon are rather famous, actually. There's another one. You can Google the cedars of Lebanon and learn a lot about those trees. Yeah. The Brooknecks. Hey. Good afternoon from the middle of nowhere, Alaska. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If a person can survive the old cabin fever, the middle of nowhere, Alaska is a good place to be. Yeah. I live in a modern apartment building, right? That's where I winter, is in this apartment building. Summer, it don't matter that I have an apartment because I'm outdoors whenever I can be. So I'm not usually here. But I got to spend the winter in this place, right? I'll tell you what, I never suffered more cabin fever than I have in this damn apartment. I lived way up in the backwoods in the Sty Shack, all alone all damn winter. I might get company once a month if I'm lucky. And I never once got cabin fever out there. Never once. There wasn't a time where I felt like, oh, this is a bummer. Winter's too long. And no, it didn't happen for 4 years. I never felt cabin fever. Moved into this apartment, very first winter was, oh, man. It was 5 months of depression. I mean, that's why I got all this winter background up here now, because that's the way I feel. I feel like I'm already in the heart of winter, and there's no snow outside. We don't have any snow on the ground. But that's why I'm going to try to, in January, introduce a new stream show, and it'll probably be 3 days a week, 1 p.m. Central Time here in the U.S., and it'll be 1 hour streams 3 times a week. It's going to be kind of a specialty show, just so that I can try to ward off the cabin fever thing. So the way it is, if I do those shows, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'm still going to be doing my Thursday around the campfires and my Sunday Sty Story Sundays. So that'll be 5 streams a week, starting in the first week of January. So, yeah. Live in a rent house. I live in a modern house, if you can call 140 years old modern. Hey, I lived in a house that was built in 1854. Big, beautiful, huge Victorian home, full 2 stories. Awesome house. It had all the modern conveniences with all of the 1854 charm.
Go on. The neighbor's cat has lost its mind. It keeps wanting to come in. I let it in. As soon as it gets in, it wants to go back out.
Back out.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah. The problem is it's the neighbor's cat. It wasn't trained by you, see?
It's like, what the world is she doing?
Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla are asking how your Thanksgiving was. I got a question. Did you eat that turkey that was in that video?
No, we didn't eat turk.
I thought about that big turkey in your video, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe that was his last video.
I think maybe turkey weighs more than 24 pounds.
I bet you. He's a big.
Yeah, sometimes we have to pick him up to put him in his coop, and it's all we can do to pick that bird up.
Yeah.
It was a good Thanksgiving. We all laid around groaning all day. Ate too much.
Oh, so did I. I mean, I was saying earlier, I fixed a large turkey breast and then all of the fixins. I mean, all of the fixins.
How about that?
Where's Mike? But of all those fixins, I made enough for 6 people, and they could have all taken a huge plateful home with them. And it was just me.
Yeah.
There's nobody here. All of the side fixins, except for a couple. And like I said, there was enough there. You could have fed 12 or 6 with leftovers home.
Mm-hmm.
I ate all of it.
Whoa, Sty.
All of those sides in 3 days.
They were out groaning for a few days.
and I know it was just a mental state. I just kept feeding it in, just kept eating. I got a lot of turkey left. I got some taters and gravy left. Um, some green bean salad left. That's it. That's all I got left. And so I got up this morning, and about noon, I fixed myself up a big plate, ate the last of all those other sides, and I'm going, oh my God, this is insane. I ate as much as 6 people would have eaten in one day. I ate over 3 days. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And now I'm fasting because I got a doctor's appointment next Thursday.
Oh,
So I got to let all that fat and all that sugar and all that salt work out of my system before I go in for my blood test on Thursday.
yeah.
Otherwise, if I would have had that appointment this afternoon, that crazy doctor would have probably thrown me in the hospital. She would have said, man, your triglycerides are through the roof, your sodium's through the roof, your sugar's too high, you're gonna die. I feel like $1,000,000. I cannot believe I was able to eat that much. It's it's terrible. I'm terrible. And I have nothing left, nothing sweet, nothing, nothing that'll hurt me now. Now, if I just eat the last of that green bean salad, a moderate portion, and I eat that nice lean turkey, and basically I'm fasting from all the fats and all of the sugars and shit. Yeah.
Well, I still have a pumpkin pie and some apple crisp left. Want me to send you some?
Ooh. Oh. Yes, I do, but don't. Because I'm just chowing right now. It's terrible. It's
And I'm
terrible.
having such a hard time cooking and knowing how. Ever since they cut my tongue, I can't taste things as well as I could.
Oh no.
Taste buds are messed up somehow, and it's been driving me crazy. Do you know what it's like to sit down and eat all that and you can't really taste the full flavor of?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jeez, that's frustrating.
See, now that's terrible because I lost my taste a couple years ago where things just don't taste the same anymore. It's like the real good flavors aren't there. And unless I really pig out, if I really chowing it down, a lot of it, then I can get those flavors kind of triggered up. But I can't eat that way. I should not be eating like that. And that was me. I had a small pumpkin pie. That's gone. I ate the whole fucking thing. 3 days. That means I had a third of a pie each day for 3 days. That's ridiculous. But that stinking pumpkin pie was like the last 4 bites before I was really tasting the pumpkin spice, and and it is disappointing because I've always loved my food.
Yep.
And that's where I find I'm seasoning things a little stronger than usual, and
Yeah.
more pepper, and God forbid, more salt. Ooh,
Yeah.
doctor don't like that shit.
Well, me dibble, that's just sad. Somebody never had a pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. I mean, oh my gosh.
That's sad.
Oh my gosh. If I hadn't fixed myself a pumpkin pie, there's a gal in the building here that run into her Thursday morning, and she goes, Sty, have you got pie for today? And I said, oh yeah. She goes, doggone it. She says, I went and made, she said, wasn't paying attention. I made like I was serving a lot of people. And she says, I made 6 sweet potato pies.
Whoa.
And I'm like, should I? And I'm thinking all the food I had for Thursday. No, I gotta say sorry. Otherwise I would have ate a whole sweet potato pie too. When I was growing up, sweet potato pies, pumpkin pies, and squash pie. People go, squash pie? What do you think a pumpkin is? It's just a big ass old squash.
Yeah.
it's the pumpkin spice that makes it taste so good, you know. And you can do it with squash. Look at here, Suzette.
Hey, Suzette.
Hey, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That, yep, yeah. I hope you remind your old man daily how lucky he is there, Suze. Yeah. It is so good to see you, Suze. I hope you and yours are all doing very, very well. Um, if your doctor tell you you're going to kill yourself by eating that way, ask if you eat healthy. Will you live forever? Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she already knows. She already knows. I yeah, she was in the room when I told my cardiologist that, well, my cardio surgeon that did the bypass surgery on me, when she said, Sty, now you got to listen. You can't, you just can't drink anymore and you can't smoke anymore. And I said, I can live with that. I'm good with that. And my doctor said, oh, yeah, right. The way you are, oh, yeah, right. I said, hey, she said I can't drink anymore. I can't smoke anymore. She didn't say that I had to drink or smoke any less. She just said I can't drink any more or smoke any more. So I can live with that. I'm good with that. Yeah. And that's the way it is with my diet too. My doctor knows, and she agreed. She said, because I'm on a heart and diabetic diet, that if I stick to one, the other thing will kill me. So if I strict diabetic diet, I'm going to die of heart condition. If I go on a strict heart diet, I'm going to die as a diabetic. So there's no way that you can combine the two diets, because then you're going to die of starvation. And so she agreed with me. Portions. It doesn't matter which diet, follow both, whatever, but base it on portions so that your carbs aren't too high and your fats aren't too high, your salts aren't too high, and blah, blah, blah. And so when she looks at my blood work on Thursday, she might say, portions haven't been working, have they? Well, they didn't work last week. I'm pretty sure of that. And that's my problem. I am fortunate that I can eat like a stinking horse, boy. I just eat. And I'm fortunate I don't gain a lot of weight from it. Yeah, I stay between 205 and 220 all the time. I never get over 220, and I just can't get below 205. So it doesn't matter how much I eat either. So eating doesn't affect my weight. It just affects everything else. Well, that and the people with the lowest rate of heart disease are Inuit Eskimos that eat nothing but high fat. They consume almost 6 times as much fat as what's typically consumed by anybody else, which is about 20 times as much as they recommend you eat. But yet they've got the lowest rate of heart disease, but they eat all those fats.
But what's that fat from?
That blubber and
right.
And and the thing is they eat a lot of fish. They eat a lot of fish, and they're packed full of omega-3s, which helps counteract bad fats. So So, you know, the doctors like to come up with things that they think fit everybody, but that obviously isn't true. No. Well, silver, yeah. I eat like a horse, except around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Then I eat like a pig. Yeah. So it's a little of both.
Bye, Jason the Reaper.
Thanks for hanging out here, James. Sue says I eat loads of fish. I should be called Wanda. I love fish. I just don't like the work of preparing it. And the thing is I like my fish pan fried or deep fried. And to deep fry it, yeah, it's got a bunch of beer batter on it. That's not good for you either. And when I pan fry it, a lot of times I pan fry it in butter, you know. I like my fish pan fried in butter. But there's a lot of work and cleanup to preparing fish, so
Yes.
I don't have fish as often as I'd like because I'm lazy, you know. What can I say? I'm just lazy. Yeah, a fish called Wanda. That's funny. Sterling Silver, I eat loads of beef. Oh, I love my beef too. Yeah, don't eat the batter.
That's the best part.
Oh, prawns and garlic butter. Yeah, yeah. The my favorite, and I haven't met a lot of people that call them that, but us folks, us rednecks up here like to call them that. But I like my chicken lobsters. If that lobster ain't as big as a fucking chicken, it's just a big shrimp. So we call them chicken lobsters. We want lobster claws that are that big, you know. And the tail better weigh 2 pounds. Yeah. Give me a big old chicken lobster and I'll be one happy camper. But any seafood, I just love my seafood. Crawdads. Oh God, it's been a while. I'd kill for a big old platter just heaping full of Cajun style oh God, I want to go to a Cajun crawdad boil so bad.
Yeah, I would love to go to New Orleans and try some of that food down there.
Oh, it's great. That I've been down in New Orleans eating in a couple Creole restaurants down there. There's a Creole restaurant in Austin, Texas, just freaking awesome. Some of the best crawdads and fried gator there. They made the best dirty rice there too. I mean, oh shit, blackened catfish and oh God, it's killing me.
Yeah. The fried gator is good, and it does not taste like chicken.
No,
It is good.
no, it's got its and it's weird because to me, gator had the texture of chicken. Didn't taste like it had its own unique taste.
Yeah.
And it had this hint of what I call sweet swamp flavor.
Yeah.
You could taste the swamp in it, but it was sweet. It wasn't an offensive taste. And I loved it, man. I could sit there and just shovel fried gator.
So tender, it would melt in your mouth. I mean, it was just perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, well prepared fried gator. You don't need no teeth for that. Hey, Nick, just got your tent set up?
Woohoo, Nicholas.
If anything of the beef I would not eat, or more so drink, is the juice. That stuff is just blah. Me Dibble says, my first lobster I did not like. It tasted of nothing. However, the second one was lovely. Even I have had gator. It was cooked really badly, but it was okay. Yeah, you know, I've had gator where just wasn't that okay with it. But you get somebody that really knows how to fry up the gator. Yeah, it's to die for. I could sit there and eat it and eat it. That one Creole restaurant in Austin, Texas, I'd always order. I'd order they called it the guest platter of crawdads. Well, that damn thing came out. It was a platter about 18 inches across, with a big dome cover on it. And you figure, well, that's just a heat cover, steam cover. You lift that cover up, and all them crawdads come pouring down there on the table. They're just it. What they do is they fill the cover full, and then put the plate on the top of the cover and turn it upside down and bring it out to your table. And the gator, you can order the big platters of gator, and they'd come out and you take that cover off, and it's just a big heap of fried gator. And oh my God, it was just to die for. Those are foods, though, that you want to eat those fresh. You don't want to. I've taken gator home that tasted excellent. Taken it home, warm it back up. Don't taste good. It's got to be fresh. I mean, fresh cooked right there in front of you, to die for.
Yeah, the gator place we went, my friends lived in Florida, and they took me out there to eat, and it wasn't a big fancy restaurant. It was just a little mom and pop type restaurant.
Right.
And oh my God, their food was just amazing.
I'm making you hungry there, me Dibble. I'll never forget. I used to go out to Delaware, and I'd buy cars from the court system out there.
Mm-hmm.
They were drug seizure cars, and I could get them dirt cheap from the courts. And then I'd bring them back to Minnesota, and we'd detail them and refurbish them and then resell them. And we made a lot of money doing that. But this friend of mine lives in Delaware, and we go stay at his place. Well, I think it was my second trip out there. He said, hey, I'm going to take you out to lunch there, Sty. I said, yeah, sure. So he takes me to this little crab shack there in Delaware. And it's kind of a mom and pop operation. It's a pretty good sized operation, but you could tell it was mom and pop. And and my buddy Peter, he says, oh, they got a great special today. He says, I'd recommend the special. And I said, what's that? He says, you get 2 crab sandwiches, and you're going to get an order of fries with them, and you get a pitcher of beer. And he says, it's only $6.95. I said, holy God, for $7 and you get a pitcher of beer? Yeah, sure, I'll take that. I should have never gone along with it. Blue crab, soft-shelled blue crab was in season. They brought my basket out with these crab sandwiches sitting on top of all these French fries, right? I looked at that sumbitch, and I just about ran for a gun. Here's these 2 big buns, and each of them got a crab with his legs hanging out like this, and he's looking right at you. I looked at that something. I jumped back and I go, Jesus Christ. I said, what the hell? They put live crabs in my sandwich. He goes, those aren't live. They're steamed. I go, look at this son bitch. It's looking at me. I said, he's still in his frickin' shell. He goes, they're soft shell blue crabs. He says, yeah. You just eat them. I go, my ass. He picked one of his sandwiches up, bit that old crab right in the face. And the
Oh.
claws were hanging off. And he starts chewing away and he goes, oh, God, that's good. I said, my ass. That's the whole frickin' crab. He says, nah. They take a knife and they open up his belly and they scrape the guts out of him and just close his belly back up and throw him in there after he's steamed. I said, that is the biggest bunch of bullshit. Having a crab with his arms hanging out and his eyeballs looking at you. I said, how in the hell can you put that in your mouth? He says, then close your eyes and just take a bite. I finally caved in, had to try it. They were good. They were actually pretty good. And I told him, the second one, I put some cocktail sauce on the crab and put the top of the bun back on them. But it was the weirdest lunch I ever had. I never ever had it again, but it was just the whole effect. They're having some critter looking at you while you're trying to eat it. A live snake in a sandwich. You go for it, because I ain't. Not no damn live snake. Jesus Christ. Snakes stink. Snakes stink so bad. Every snake stinks. And now I've eaten rattler. I've had fried rattler. My cousin, he used to, when he was going to college, he was paying his way through college with snake skins and he was a coyote, kind of like a bounty hunter for coyotes on different ranches in Texas. And that's Me Dibble says, we have American crayfish in the rivers here. They're a real pest. You need a license to catch them and another license to sell them. I hear the crayfish are just natural. They were here before anybody came over here. Natives have been eating crayfish for 600 years. Some of our river crawdads can get pretty damn big too. And here you have to have a license. I know in the state of Wisconsin, you get a license to catch crawdads, just like a fishing license. You just get your license, and then you have to put a tag on your crawdad traps with your name and address or whatever on it, or your license number or some damn thing, so that if they come across your crawdad traps and can tell that you haven't been tending to them, they can pull your trap and then contact you, and they give you a fine for not tending to your crawdad traps. But if snakes stink, I'd love to know what they smell like. Snakes are cool to me. Just pick one up and handle the hell out of it, and then throw it down, and then smell your hands, and you're gonna go, whoa! Somebody needs to wash that snake.
Snake needed a bath, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I've never handled a snake that didn't stink. Oh, you don't like spiders, eh, Sterling? When my cousin fixed me fried rattler, boy, he caught some huge freaking rattlesnakes down there in Texas. it was kind of okay. I could eat it if I was pressed and was hungry, yeah, I'd eat it. I wouldn't ask for it. It was tough and it had a gamey taste to it, kind of an odd. If I was going to say that something tasted like a reptile, I'd say, yeah, that's what that snake tasted like, is a reptile. It didn't taste like gator. The yeah. Oh God, there's so damn many kinds of snakes in the world, isn't there, Sterling? Yeah. I love watching these documentaries about different critters that are out there, and it's amazing all the snakes in the world that there are, you know. And everybody says, well, the world's worst snake is, and this and that, and this and that. I tell you what, the world's full of nasty snakes. There's no shortage of nasty snakes. It's one snake, as far as if they're venomous, each and every one of them suckers, I don't want to meet it. There you go, Mike. Do that. Do that. I hope we put you to sleep, buddy. You have a good night. There's my friend. Take good care of yourself. Yeah, Australia is full of critters. They got all kinds of weird shit there. Yeah, all these isolated places in the world that have critters you could never imagine. Grass snakes in the world of nasty snakes. We don't even make the list. I'm lucky here where I'm at in Wisconsin. There hasn't been a timber rattler recorded in any of the counties that I frequent around up here. In over 60 years, there's never been a timber rattler reported in this area. Everything else is non-lethal. Snakes are creepy, but if they're non-lethal, I can handle it. The big bull snakes or rat snakes, black snakes, they're big black bastards. God, they're big too. You find one of those on the farm. I found out the hard way. I smacked one with a shovel on my granddad's farm. That snake got off with one smack of the shovel. It didn't kill the snake, but he only got away with one smack of that shovel. I got hit in the ass with it about 6 times from my grandpa. He says, you ever abuse a rat snake on my farm again, kid, I'll take you out. He says, why do you think you don't find rats on my farm? Oh, okay. He says, you kill off all them big rat snakes. He says, we're going to end up with rats all over the place. Okay. All we got are basically rat snakes and garter snakes, and little ribbon snakes, nothing lethal. Which I am very good with. Very good with. Out in Montana, when I was out there, an acquaintance of mine, I had a John Deere Caterpillar, and he told me, he said that his little girl almost got bit by a timber rattler on his place. We went over to his place, and he asked if we come help him try to find as many timber rattlers as we could on the place, get rid of them. So me and a couple other guys, we went over there to check things out. And up behind his cabin, he had a big log. Well, it was a log home. It was 3-bedroom, old log home. But up on the hill behind it, quite a ways, probably a couple 100 feet away from the cabin, there was this big pile of rock. And I said, "What's with that big pile of rock up there?" And he said, "Do you see rock anywhere else around the cabin?" He says, "All that rock was picked from this building site and put up there in a pile." I said, "Huh." I said, "Let's go up there and take a peek and see if that's where the rattlers are coming from." Got up there and we moved a few stones away. Holy God, about 8 or 10 rattlers come out from that pile of rocks. I said, that's that. I ain't getting anywhere near that bitch. I said, "We're going to run back. We're going to get that caterpillar, put it on the trailer, bring it back, and I'm going to get rid of that pile of rocks. We're going to push that way off in the woods." "Okay," he said, "get there." I pushed that pile of rocks with that caterpillar, and he would tell you 1,000 snakes come out of that pile. No, probably a couple hundred snakes. But he thought for sure there was at least 1,000 snakes. Once I hit that rock pile and started moving it, all these snakes come pouring out of that frickin' rock pile. It was just a huge nest of timber rattlers in there. And it took almost a month before he wasn't seeing them all the time around the place. I destroyed their nest. What I did was I pushed the rocks off towards the woods and then just kind of spread them out so they're not in piles. And then he quit seeing the timber rattlers around. That rock pile was their haven. It was a good place for them to hole up at night, and that rock pile would heat up when the sun would come out, and then the snakes would come out. And they'd head back there towards night to curl up together and stay in that pile of rocks. Nasty bastards. Yeah.
I've always been one to, I'd be walking in the woods, and before I'd see it, I'd almost step on it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it would be like a copperhead or a rattlesnake.
Yeah. That's when you invest in a really heavy pair of high top boots.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yep. I've only been hitting I was wearing cowboy boots, and I've been hit twice by rattlers down in New Mexico, and didn't like that feeling of it. You could feel it hit that boot, Wham! You look, and he's curled back up and hissing at you, rattling away, and you're just like, "You son of a bitch tried to bite me."
You'd be surprised how fast I can jump backwards like a cat.
Just like
Hearing, wow!
just spring away.
Yep, that's about what I do. Everybody saying, stand still, stand still. I couldn't stand still. My reflexes jumped in.
That's it. Well, and it's like they say, if a bear charges you, don't run. Well, and I've seen people, I've been fortunate. I've stood my ground and it's paid off. But I kid nobody. Everything that went through my mind was run, 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 run. Yeah. I had to force myself to stand my ground because there's nothing I wanted more to do than just run. Knowing that the son of a bitch can catch me in about 15 feet. It's just, I still wanted to run. I didn't want to have to stand there. No. And they say that about all kinds of different large charging type animals, and it's hard to stand there when something's coming at you. It's just like snakes. The son of a bitch, all of a sudden you see it's right there. You don't want to stay there. No, you want to jump and run. I mean,
luckily, the only bear I ever seen, it was so scared when it saw us, it took off flying and ran up a high wall.
Yeah, I like the ones that all of a sudden they realize you're there, and they're not feeling defensive at all. They're just feeling, I got to run, and they turn and the ones that I actually got a kick out of were the ones that would be bawling as they'd run away from you.
Yeah.
you know, because you scared the shit out of them.
I tell you one thing though, that taught me how fast that they can run.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your average black bear can maintain 45 miles an hour for about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
We can't even hit 45 miles an hour on foot.
And it ran up a high wall where they used to do mining. It ran up that freaking high wall. I was like, damn.
And that's another odd thing, you know. And that's an old wives' tale. They used to say bears can't run downhill. They can run uphill like a rocket, but they can't run downhill because of the way their legs are. Bullshit. Bullshit. I've watched 3 bears. The okay. Me Devil saying, I thought it's down to the type of black bear: stand still, grizzly, run fast, and pray.
Yeah, you are to pray.
If a grizzly's on you and he's deciding to run you down, he is going
Yep.
to. He is going to. If you can't get off the ground where he can't get, he'll get you. Grizzly will get you. So yes, if you see a grizzly, you turn and do your best to get the hell away from him. If he's actually attacking you, then run. But it doesn't matter which species, you should never run initially. You got to determine, is it a bluff charge, which 99% of the times it is. It's just a bluff charge. They don't want to fight you. They don't want to risk themselves in any sense. So they'll bluff charge. And if you back away and you just keep moving away from them, they might bluff charge 2-3 times, as long as you keep moving away, and then they'll turn around and go back where they're going. But if they don't bluff, they keep coming, turn, run. But with a grizzly bear, get a hold of your head, lock your elbows in front of your face, protect your face and the top of your head and your neck as much as possible. Curl up like a baby, a fetus. They're going to go after your stomach. It's soft, easy to attack. So let them chew on your arms, let them chew on your legs. And a grizzly will eventually just, once he knows you're no longer a threat, that he's wounded you bad enough, you're not a threat to him, the odds are the grizzly will walk away from you.
Or either bury you and save you for later.
If a black bear decides it's going to nail you, actually get a hold of you, fight for your fucking life. Go for his fucking eyes the best you can. Go for his eyes. That's the only place you're going to hurt a bear barehanded, is go for his eyes. If a black bear is going after you and it wants to take you down, again, 90% of the black bear attacks are to kill. They are going to kill you, because they don't feel the threat is gone till you're dead. And there is history. More often, black bears have fed on people than grizzlies have fed on people. So
That's what I always thought, going for their eyes. I've never had nobody tell me that, but my way of thinking, if I could somehow gouge their eyes out and grab some mud and shove it up their nose so they can't smell me.
I read this awesome story where this guy, he was taken down by a black bear. Now, a grizzly, I don't think it would work for you. But he was taken down by a black bear, and he kept trying to punch the black bear right in the eyes. Well, that's the only vulnerable part of that black bear that you have to your access, is his eyes. There's no place else on his body. You can kick him in the nuts, and all you're going to do is make him mad.
Yep.
But you claw at his eyes, you beat on his eyes. That is, think about it. You ever been smacked in the eye? That hurts like hell. That will be a good deterrent. But this guy, even though he kept pounding that black bear in the eyes, that black bear just kept going and snapping, trying to get him in the face. And finally, he shoved his fist right in that bear's mouth as far back as he could get it. And he grabbed the bear by the skin and the fur under its neck and held on so the bear couldn't get his fist out of its mouth.
Yeah.
And all that bear couldn't open his mouth wide enough to get a good snapping
Right.
on his arm. So all that bear wasn't even breaking the skin. It was trying to bite him, but it couldn't. Its mouth was already too far open to be able to bite him well. And the bear finally pulled away from him, backed up and pulled away from him because he was choking the damn thing with his fist in its throat. So it pulled itself away and it bluff charged him a few times and then took off. The guy was scratched up and pretty well beat up from the bear, but he deterred it by shoving his fist down its damn throat.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca. Hello.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's streaming tonight or not, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to be at that stream or not. I got a bunch of things I got to get done. I got some paperwork I got to get done. That's got to go out tomorrow. Bill paying kind of stuff and stuff that I don't want to do in the morning. Yeah, stuff I got to be sharp as a tack for,
Yep.
Yeah, in the morning it's catch up on YouTube and drink coffee. That's about as sharp as I get. Yeah. Yeah, me devil. No bears in the UK. Yay. I have been so fortunate with all of the bear encounters I've had over the years. I've had so many. And I knock on wood all the time that it's almost like don't tempt fate, yeah. Just not knowing, will the next bear encounter be as good as all the others, I hope they always stay manageable. Hosting that campground next year ought to be interesting because I did hear that they do have bear issues once in a while out there.
What the hell? What are you doing up there? Oh my God. Yep, this cat's lost its mind.
Lost its mind, eh?
On top of my building.
Oh, up on the roof?
Yes. It's never done that. I'm not quite sure how it got up there.
Something pushed that cat over the edge. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. Yeah, we got 10 folks in the house. It's been wonderful. It's been a great afternoon for a random stream. And I want to thank everybody that's still in the house for being here. That's awesome. Me, Dibble, Rebecca, it was great chatting with you. Sterling, it was awesome. I was really glad to see Mike called it a day and kicking back and relaxing for a little while. So I guess with that, we're going to wrap this one up. I'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Anybody that's available, Sty Story Sunday. The title of the story tomorrow night is Touch It. Now let your imaginations go wild. That's it. Touch it. touch it. So we'll have fun with that one tomorrow night. With that, Granny, love you, girl.
Love you.
And I'll see you very soon, I hope.
Mhm.
And all of the rest of you, you have a good night. And we're going to just, like usual, dance our way out of here.
Night,
And I'll
everybody.
see you next time.
Bye.